All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Overshot, a paintball podcast. We're super happy with the room we have, and we can't wait to introduce them to you guys. But first, we have to tell you about our A1 from day one. That's Datis Sports, man. They've been rocking with us from the beginning. It's the holiday season. Everyone just got their Christmas money, so now is the time to get out and go to DatisSports.com and spend that Christmas money on whatever you want. If you're looking to pick up a new pair of joggers, if you're looking to pick up a new pair of gloves, they have custom jerseys, they have hockey style jerseys, whatever you're looking to get. Head on over to DatisSports.com and use code OVERSHOT when you check out. You'll receive 10% off your whole order. But if you're looking for something to keep all the stuff you just bought in, head over to volcanousa.com and check out their awesome gear bags. They're the perfect size. They're not too big. They're not too small. Waldo and I are here in the Northeast where it's snowing a lot and the weather's really shitty. So it's not a roller bag that you're dragging through the slop. You throw it on your back and you're good to rock. So go on over to volcanousa.com is their website, and the code for them is OVERSHOT10. But now that is over, we're super ready to get talk to our friends from overseas over here. We have a whole group of different paintball players from Iran here, some of them from Team Datis. So we are super excited. So we'll start with Aco first. Please introduce yourself and tell us how paintball found you.
Good morning. Here is like really early 5 a.m.
But it's funny is here in New York, it's midnight. So
yeah. We are all from all around the world, I guess. My name is Aco. I'm playing paintball for almost, I guess almost 20 years. Will be 18, 19 years. And I started when I was around 14, almost 15. And what else? You ask me is better because it's too early. My brain doesn't function really well. So it's better that you ask me.
No, cool. So the first time you played, what kind of style was it? Did you play airball or did you play woods? I'm assuming
No,
you said
woods,
about that 18
definitely.
in the woods, right?
Yeah, definitely woods. Yeah, was. And that was a moment that we met, me and Babak, more or less around that. I mean, I was playing for maybe around 6-7 months or less, something like that. And then we met and we started to play.
All right, awesome. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the guy you just said. Babak, can you please introduce yourself and then tell us how your first experience with paintball?
Yeah, my name is Babak Esmaeily. Actually, this is my 8 a.m. I'm living in Dubai. So as he said, different time zones, different places. That's nice. That's the nice thing about paintball. It's a worldwide thing. Actually, I started paintball, I don't remember pretty well how long ago it was. It was something like 16, 17 years back, 2000, I think, 4 or 2003. Back then in Iran, we didn't have airball. So there was only one indoor, very exciting place that when the very first time I got into that indoor field, I was shocked. I was really shocked. I'm 44 years old right now. I was 20 something back then, and it was very nice. It was a 3-deck field with suspended bridges and things like that. It was something like they call it as the biggest one in the whole world back then. I don't know it was the indoor one, if it was the biggest one or not, but it was exciting. Lots of caves and hidden rooms and things like that.
That sounds amazing. Holy cow.
Yeah, that was nice. And the price of paint back then in my country was huge. You had to pay, let me tell you, in US dollars, you had to pay
something like 200
US dollar per 2,000 at one case of paintball. And I remember that I was not working back then, and I was graduated from my school, and then I was looking for a job, and I had a very bad economic situation back then. And we just got into the field with 50 pieces of paint, and we came out with, we were used to come out of the field with 150. We were used to gather paint, unbroken paint from the field, and just shoot 2 or 3 paintballs. That was very nice. And you said how paintball found you. I believe I'm 44 right now, and I believe paintball has been one of the most excited things I have found, because I've made a lot of friends. I have had a lot of very nice, best times of my life in that during the time we were playing a lot of paintball tournaments. And for a 44-year-old man, I'm 120 kgs right now. I have gained a lot of weight during this 8-9 months because of sitting down, working all the time. But I can tell you, I cannot wait to start playing again, losing weight and playing again. And I tell you, I'm going to play paintball over a wheelchair too if I'm over a wheelchair. So I have found paintball. Paintball didn't find me. I'm so happy to be able to feel like a 10-year-old boy at the age of 44 years. Because when you're 20, everything, when you're in your 20s or you're a teenager, everything is exciting. Every single thing is exciting. When you're 44, not everything is exciting. But paintball is basic, exciting. This is something tremendous. This is something that you don't find in, I believe, in anything else. I have not found it in anything else. So I'm very happy that I found it, paintball. I'm very happy that it happened in my lifetime.
Oh no, I agree with you 100%. I'm a 33. I'm a little bit older. I found paintball a little bit older, and man, the best sound in the world to me is when you hear the little robotic sound go. Game starts in 10 seconds. That's when, baby, my heart starts going, baby. And that's when it gets good.
True.
But now I apologize if I butcher your guys' names as well. But Nima, I'm going to give you the same question. Introduce yourself a little bit and tell us how the sport of paintball found you.
Sure, my name is Nima, as you said. I'm the only one who lives in Iran on this show. Yeah, and I remember I was watching a morning show on national TV here, and they had a segment that they were showing some people on the field, shooting some things that was exploding and had paint in it, and they had a special type of guns, they had a special type of goggle, and I said, how cool is that? And then I started to look it up on the internet, and that's how actually it all started. So, and we didn't have high-speed internet connections at the time, so it wasn't easy to, just find stuff on the internet of the sport. And I remember
you had to wait a long time for that video to load.
Yeah, exactly. And then I remember I found out there was a field in the city I live in, because I actually live in another city in Iran. These guys used to live in the capital city of Iran, which was Tehran. And then, I went to the city, and the love just started there.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And
Now
I'm not too familiar with who's who, but I know one of you is involved with Datis. So maybe you guys could take the lead and tell me how you guys became involved with yeah. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about Datis, how you came to be on Datis, or if you're the driving force behind it, what made you want to start the team?
We have the guy behind Datis, just in the corner.
Is Babak, and actually, I mean, Babak was at the time was older than me, so he was kind of the brain behind everything. I was young, I was teenage. It was like a disaster for everyone. I confess. Before Babak said anything, I confess.
You were a lot to handle.
He's laughing. Yeah, he's laughing right now. Yeah, but we were playing in woods, and as Babak explained, everything was one of the biggest indoor paintball field that I've seen all my life. They were saying that it's the biggest one in the world. It was huge, like with the bridge, like flying bridge in the middle. It was exciting. And at the moment, I mean, at that time that we were playing, we wanted to move on. We wanted to grow, and it was normal, I think, for it happened to everyone that they started playing paintball around those years that we were playing with Custom 98. It was the first gun that I touched, and we were playing with that gun. Still, that gun is everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we were playing, and we wanted to grow. So these guys were like really following everything, and they said, yeah, we have to change the guns. There are guns that are electronic, and everything is different. And they were chasing everything on internet probably. So step by step, we changed everything. We actually did everything. Our gang, we changed everything. We were buying guns, we were importing them. Just imagine those days, and
Yeah.
we started to play in other field, but still it wasn't a grass field. It was dust. It was really painful to play. I have
Yeah.
to say.
Dust and
And
rocks, not
yeah,
nice flush grass.
and the name actually the one who found the name is Babak.
Mhm.
Babak found the name. Actually, Babak made the logo as well. I remember. And our first jersey, we went together. We bought something in somewhere in the middle of nowhere in kind of bazaar. We went to buy. We bought something like this type of jersey,
Mhm.
and we
Some
put the
fake
logo and
Nike.
something like that. Yeah, but we were stitching
Yeah, there
the
was some
logo.
fake
We didn't
Nike
even print
shirts,
it.
and we put the Datis logo over the Nike sign over here.
I think I'm 100% sure that I still have it somewhere. I don't know, maybe back in my parents' house. I still have it. That's something unique.
Oh yeah, that's one of
And
the things
yeah,
you got to hold on to, bro. You got to hold on to
yeah.
that.
So name 100% Babak, and also the logo. He made the logo during one night. If I'm not mistaken, he opened a Photoshop book, something like that, because we did it back in the time.
Yeah.
We didn't have YouTube to learn everything quick so fast. So he opened a Photoshop book. Okay, this is how we have to do it. Just crop and just move it, and he put a couple of things together, and he made the
On the fly,
logo.
man.
Yeah, and you're talking about something that's, oof. Yeah. Just imagine the end of the world, or like the amazing gun was the die 2003 or 4 DM4, I guess. DM3,
DM4,
something like
yeah.
that. And the gun was something like this big, 5 kilos, and
He's gonna go get it.
yeah.
He's got one.
Heaviest gun on the planet.
Yeah,
He's got a DM4.
DM4, I think. I don't know. Correct me, Babak. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, but I think it was something like that. And we were trying to find people. So it was me, Babak, and Reza, one of our other teammates. And we tried to find 2, 3 other people to play. Yeah,
So was
something
it
like that.
2004
Yeah,
or
something like
5
that.
you started a team?
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
2000, 2004? Yeah,
All right.
2004.
No, it was after
Or like
2000.
16.
It was like 2006. It was 2006. Actually, the story is a long
Right.
story. It's a very nice story. We didn't, as Akko said, we didn't have air operation in Iran. We only had CO2. So we had some Tipman guns, custom 98 guns, and that was the only gun. And I remember there was a guy, we called him, we have to remind his name over here. His name was Khodayar, and he had what was the name of that gun he had,
A3,
Akko?
A5, sorry, A5, Tipman A5 he had.
Oh yeah.
A5, yeah. He had a Tipman A5. He was the god of paintball back then, having that gun. So we just looked into internet, Reza and Akko, we looked into the internet, and we found out that there are air-operated guns
Air.
that do have the advantage of not breathing and being able to shoot faster, and even they're electronically activated and
One man
working.
down.
Yep, no, he'll be
So
back.
I came over to Dubai. Yeah, I just looked everywhere. I found a very small, destroyed, very old. None of us were very, very good on money side back then. So I found a very old air compressor, very small one. That was a diving compressor, and it was broken, and they just were going to trash it. So I got it. We brought it to Tehran. We found someone who said he's able to fix it. He fixed it, and I said, okay, we need cylinders. Oh no, before that, we wanted to use air. We went to the fire station because we knew that they use uh, compressed air. So you are in US. We were like the guys who started paintball in Iran. So we went and looked for compressed air, and we found some station, some factory that we're going to fill our cylinders. And we were playing in a field called Tochal, and this Tochal thing, you were not able to get to the field by car. You had to walk like 15, 20 minutes in a mountain slope to get to that field, that sand field, as Akko said, but they were air bunkers. So every day I came over to Dubai and I bought two brand new, and I went to that place like 2 weeks back, and I sent a picture to Reza to remind him of that the place. There was a boom diving center. I bought two 12 kg diving cylinders, and I got them back to Iran. Custom got them. We had a huge headache to get them out of custom, and then every day we wanted to play. We had to go to that station that was like 45 kilometers away from the field. Fill these two 12 kg diving cylinders, then get back there, put them on our shoulders, and walk 20 minutes to that station, to that total field. And so many people were asking us, what is that? Are you going to mountain climb? And is there enough air? You need air for that? They didn't know that we were going to a paintball. And we were able to use these cylinders to refill maybe 20 times. That was all. That was it. And then I bought this stupid old compressor, and this was the very first air set in the whole country. So we bought DM4s, and these DM4s, we had a very nice story with them. And the very first international tournament we played, we didn't know that we have a tube connecting the capsule cylinder to the markers, so we left them all back home. We got the markers, then we asked some American to help us out to set the markers, and he said, where are the tubes? And we said, what tubes? Do they have a tube? And then we asked one of our guys to rush back to the hotel, get them back. Being the first guy in a country is very hard. It's very hard. We didn't have pro players. Hello again.
So you're cutting.
Yeah.
You're
a little bit in and out,
disconnected. Yeah, that was very nice. I have a lot of nice stories over there, but anyway, it's paintball. Everything is good about paintball.
Yeah. I want to give Nima some time to talk. So, how did you come into the fold in all this? And if you're not a part of Datis, maybe tell us what your first paintball tournament experience was like.
Well, I've never been on Datis, but I've always, followed their tournaments. They have been to so many international tournaments, and they have done an amazing job there. But my first tournament was probably 2008 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
I played on a D2 team, just played a few points, and it was probably 2 or 3 years later on. I can hear my voice back here. Is everything all right?
Yeah, no, I fixed it. Don't worry about it. You should be good now.
All right. So, yep. So it was probably 2010 or 9 that I played my first D1, which is actually the pro division here. And yep, that's pretty much it.
So in Iran, what is the local talent level like? So, obviously, I'm sure you don't have pros, but what is some of the local levels? Is it mostly D4, or do you guys run D3 and D2 events?
All I can say is,
in terms of events, the level of players, I would say we have players that right now that they can compete in Division 2 easy.
Mm-hmm.
But pro, obviously no. Because I'm still following paintball. I'm still in the paintball all around the world. I'm part of the NXL Europe. I'm just traveling with the guys. I'm attending all the events. And definitely pro, no. Because we don't have the situation in Iran, and players cannot play every day or every week, every weekend. And
dude, you're preaching to the choir. It's the same thing here. Even here in the States, where a lot of the pro players come from, they come from very small areas. It's where you can play paintball year round. I'm from New York. 6 months out of the year, it snows. Maybe 10 pro players from our area. It's just hard. You can't play all the time. Right now, I can't go outside and play. It just rained all day long. It rained.
If you're talking about weather, I'm talking about money. People cannot afford it. Yeah,
Money's
Yeah.
another big issue, man.
Yeah, money is. I mean, paintball will
but
be
I think,
paintball forever.
I think you have to put it this way. If you are talking about talent-wise, I think talent-wise, Iran is okay. We do have a lot of talents, a lot of young guys that are able to get to the pro level. But when you're talking about the pro players, it means that this player is playing paintball only. He's not doing anything else. And he's playing and playing and playing, practicing and playing a lot of tournaments a year. No, never we had something like this. But in Datis, we had the chance. Of course, I do have to name my teammate Reza. He's one of the, I believe, best players in Iran. They had Aco. He was one of the best players in Iran. So back then, we were able to compete with big pro teams. I remember in 2008, I believe, in Kish Island, we played Tauntaun.
Best
We could
Ironman ever.
yeah, and we played Ironman, and Ironman we were ahead of them for like 3-0, and they got back, got the game for 4-3. 2 years back, we were in Malaysia. We played. I don't remember a team. The name of the team I don't remember, but Yusrao, three dynasty players were playing that team. So we are not pro players because we don't have the infrastructure for playing like a pro in Iran, and no one has it right now. Specifically with all the sanctions and the money just gone crazy down. So a case of paint costs a lot. So a lot of people who were able to play, specifically teenagers, are not able to play anymore. It doesn't matter if the weather is good or not, but they're not able to play because it is huge. It is expensive. They cannot pay for it. But I believe talent-wise, it's over there. It's everywhere. I believe everywhere you have talents. You have to find them. You have to educate them. And I don't know. I'm sorry that I say I believe we are losing it in Iran. I believe so, but we are losing it in Iran, and I hope we don't lose it because it's a very nice thing. Let's play paintball. Let's have fun and things like this.
Yeah. So now I'm going to ask you guys like a more general question for our listeners because I'm definitely can say for sure we don't have a lot in Iran, but a lot of our would be interested. Has the paintball scene been like? I guess we're not technically out of it, and I don't even know how it is in your area. But post COVID, have you guys seen a boom in paintball in your area, or are you guys like still not even through it? I don't even know how it is in your areas. I know you're all over. Like I said, Nima, you said you're in Iran. Oscar, you said you're in Barcelona. So in regard, if it's more open, do you see more people out playing? Like in the U.S., it's huge. As soon as people were allowed outside, I mean, the fields were packed. Was that like that for you guys as well?
So I go
In
first.
Iran, because
Sorry,
yeah,
you go. No, no.
I'll tell something because I believe I have been out there in paintball more than you guys. I work in Iran, so I go back and forth a lot of times. And Dubai is so close to Iran; it's an hour and 30 minutes of flying to Tehran. So we tried to get things out, but the problem over there in Iran is not COVID at the moment; it's the money side. It's the side that people are not able to pay. They're not able to buy new guns. They're not able to pay for the paint. So I myself tried to do something, try to sponsor through my company one or two events back there. But if it's not a sponsor event, I mean, if the paint is not paid for, I believe no one is able to play like before in Iran because, the money, the exchange ratio for Iranian rial to US dollar during these 2 years has gone down for like 10 times. 10
Wow.
times is huge, because the incomes are staying the same, but the prices are going high for 10 times, even more than 10 times. So they're not able to pay. But what I see over there is that my team at least are keeping it up. They are trying to practice and things like that. We had a very small tournament, and a lot of fields have been shut down in Iran because of the economic situation. So I hope something changes.
Oh, me too. Me too. Yeah. Oh, again, we had a similar situation here. There's definitely been fields that have shut down due to the pandemic. I mean, we had an indoor field local to Waldo and I closed down. It's just a shame, man.
Yeah.
So,
most countries had just the COVID thing. in their countries that stopped paintball. But in our country, it wasn't just about the COVID. It was also about the economy.
Yeah, no, it was a huge thing. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
personally wasn't super affected. Like in my real life, I do animal care, so I was not affected. But I know a lot of people that were jobless for a long time, unfortunately, and they were
Yeah.
definitely hurting. Um,
Yeah, as Babak said, just imagine 10 times even more. So let's say 2 years ago you could buy a brand new Planet Eclipse gun for 2,000 euros, everything. That right now that amount, if you convert it to our money, I mean at the time with that money, with the money that you have to pay right now, in that time you could buy a car. Just imagine. So it's not easy. It's not easy, but people are still making the same amount of money. Like the
Yeah.
income is still same, but everything, like, because we have to import everything. We do have like two or three, I don't know even exactly, paint manufacturer, but we have to confirm. I know it exactly. The quality is really bad. It's not even a field grade.
right.
But right now there is no way that we can import paintballs anymore because it will be like super expensive. So they
Yeah.
have to use those things. So the quality is super low, and COVID also, as we said, it's hitting hard. But that's all around the world. I mean, here in Barcelona, I couldn't see myself not playing paintball for a year.
Yeah.
So it was only like 2 3 months ago, 3 months ago that I had to drive to France to play with some people for a weekend. That was the only chance. But right now in Barcelona, even all the events are shut down. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are probably, or all the listeners, they know that all the NXL Europe shut down, NXL Asia
Mhm.
also. Just we had only one World Cup in US, and that's it. So
Yep.
that's COVID, and
Right.
I'm
That's
not.
COVID, baby.
Yeah, but I think we are not going to have any tournament until, I mean, soonest will be June, July, I guess, until they
Yeah.
can handle this situation in Europe, and we
Yeah.
will see later.
It's funny because I was just literally about to say, I was like, I don't know. I know some of the U.S. teams are in talks with Tom, but I was going to say, have you guys been told anything about any European events happening, and you've been told nothing?
I know from background that June, July they're gonna try to have the first one,
That's
but
what
we
they're.
will see. But it's not easy because, I mean, it's nobody wants to risk it, because if they announce something that people go and book their flights, the hotels, and then it will be like a chaos. It will end up in a chaos. So they prefer to wait, which I understand it perfectly,
Yeah.
and go for the right time.
No, for sure. You got to
Let's
be
see.
safe. That was my biggest thing about like World Cup too. Was like, yeah, I want to watch paintball stuff, but God forbid there was like anything. Like that's just what we need. People pointing their fingers or going, "Hey, look at the paintball guys. They had an event and now they have an outbreak." Like, I'd rather like let's be safe, you know.
True.
But another thing I really wanted to talk to was for our listeners, if they want to go watch it, it's on YouTube. But I mean, when you guys played the Iron Men, I mean, it's on video. You could watch it. It was a fantastic game. You guys really gave them a good match. So, what was it like squaring up? I mean, I know, like you said, Bobby can talk about. He was really involved in the team then. So, what was it like squaring it up against? Like Nikki Cuba's from our area, so we know him pretty well, and like Oliver Lang and stuff. What was it like to tag up the box on the other side of those guys?
Was For me, it was amazing. It was, I mean, one of the amazing experience that we could have.
Yeah.
And actually, they came to our country, was also super nice that
Mm-hmm.
we could have them in our country, like those Americans and like most famous people. But it wasn't our first time, because they were always coming to Asians events like PALS
Yeah.
event. That was the biggest event that we could go in Asia. It was quite big.
Mm-hmm.
2005, 6, 7. They had like really huge events back there for like up to 100 something teams all around Asia. It was huge.
That's huge. Yeah.
And yeah, but they
It was
came
the
to our
first time
country.
they
That was
came
it.
to Asian tournament as a team, right?
As a team, yes. Normally they were. Oh no,
Yep.
actually, before when Oliver Lang was playing in Dynasty, they were coming. The team
Right.
Dynasty, they were playing in.
As a team
They were
to
coming
Asian
over. Yeah,
events?
as a team. Yeah, as a team.
Dynasty was,
Right.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but Ironman, no, first time, and they came and we played. Yeah, the first match we were leading like 4-0, something like that. I mean, yeah, as you said, the video is on YouTube. It was Euro something, the sport Eurosport, something like that. They were filming it.
Eurosports. I
Yeah,
watched this literally like 20 minutes ago. You think I remember the name, but I don't.
yeah,
The game was good. The game was
Can you
good. I
guys
remember
play
the
the
game.
yeah. The game was we were leading
and
like 4-0, like 3-0, and we lost the game in the last second. And again, we played them back in final that they just smashed us.
Hmm.
But it was because they tried to show us that there is another level that we were that okay, I understood.
Yeah. But
And
still, it had
yeah,
to
it
be
was
great experience, like slugging it out with those guys. Like that's
You
how
know,
you get
the very
better.
first game, yeah, but the very first game we played them, that was, I think, the problem for us from their side. We were playing our best game because that was Iron Man, and they were
Right.
Iron Man. And the first game, they just came in, okay, this is a team from Iran. I think it was like that. So uh, we showed them that we can play paintball, but they just understood that they have to stop and they have to play Iron Man style. So they played the Iron Man style and got us 4-3. And in the final game, they knew that they don't have to start like a paintball player wanting to play a hobby game or a football game. They started as Iron Man, so they just beated us 4-0. But I can tell you, we have played a lot of pro teams then after it during um, Asian tournaments. The point about us was like this, that we were at least 3, 4 players who were playing together for more than 10 years. So this makes it like you don't have to talk. You know what is happening. You know what your teammate is going to do. So whenever we had that core player out there in the team, we were pretty good. And keeping a team, even in Asian series, even in Asian level, keeping a team in the podium for 10, 20, 16 years, it's very hard. It's not just playing paintball. It's managing. It's keeping everything eh, in order. I remember during the time we were seriously playing paintball, we had a time difference with Malaysia, like 4 hours. So we had a plan that we started to sleep like Malaysian time 1 week before going there, because the very first day we had to play at 8 a.m. It was 3 a.m. for us. Our bodies
Yeah.
were sleeping yet. We tried to act like pro players as much as our resources and our time and our life just led us to do so. That was why Datis came out to be Datis.
Hmm. No,
yeah. I
I
had
think
something. I had a comment because Babak is 100% true. We never played any tournament for fun. Never. We were like 100% organized. I wasn't. I confess. At the beginning of the show, I said that I was
Akko,
the
I'm
teenage guy. I
laughing.
was a
I'm
pain.
laughing. Akko, I'm
Yeah,
laughing.
yeah. I
If
was a
Akko let
teenage
me
guy. I was the
to tell you some memories, if Akko let me to say some memories from
yeah.
him
You
being
can
teenager and
go
how do
ahead.
I have to manage all these teenagers of not to stay so long before the tournaments and things like that. I will tell you. But
Yeah, yeah.
Akko, since the
It
time
was.
he got out
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the teenager
You
time,
can
yeah,
explain. Yeah, you can
I
say
was joking.
it's a
I
show.
was
You can say,
joking, but I
but
really do agree.
Babak was really really. I mean, he is still. He was really, like, really good to organize everything, and we were traveling, as he said. So we played all the tournaments to be first.
hmm.
We were going there, and our goal was to win the tournament. So all the people, we were not just bunch of bankers around, just walking around, just yeah, we play paintball. No, we were like super organized, super serious. We were going there, we were sleeping at the right time, we were waking up at the right time, going to fields sometimes with our protections to get used to the weather, and it was amazing. It was amazing, and we have it. We could do it because of Babak, because he
Yeah.
was like really really into the situation. It was just yeah, it was nice. It was nice, and that's the only reason that Datis, I can say, is the only team that we can point in Asia that could win all the trophies like that. Like
Yeah.
as Babak said, for 10, 15 years being on top is not easy.
No, consistency is so tough. Like
But
one of
let
the
me tell
hardest
you
things.
something.
Yo, definitely get in here, Nemo. What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah, Ironman wasn't the only big team that these guys played against. On the same event, these guys played against Tauntauns, which I remember. I have heard that was a controversial game. I don't exactly know why. Tauntauns Flingers, but also they played against Stockholm Joy Division.
Oh,
in
Yeah,
okay.
we
Yeah,
played
yeah.
Continental Cup,
Millennium
right?
against One Millennium. We played
Yeah,
against
yeah, yeah.
Joy,
The
but that
speeds.
famous
Babak definitely
that's
has some
Joy.
stories on those games.
I know, Bobek, you muted yourself. You got to figure out how to unmute yourself, buddy.
No, but yeah,
There you go.
I didn't hear you pretty well. Do you mind to tell me again?
Oh, well, Nima was just saying like you guys have played some really like legendary teams also besides the Ironmen, like Joy Division and Tauntauns, and that was alluding to you might have a couple good stories around those two teams. If you wouldn't mind
Yeah,
sharing, maybe
actually,
one or
I have
two.
to tell you that. Yeah, I have to tell you that Nemo knows the story better than me myself. Yeah, he's very good. He has got a very good story on that, and he's so interested in paintball. I am interested in paintball too, but you know, one of I can tell you the best memory I have from paintball is I tell you that is not from playing famous American European teams. It was 2010, I believe, in Malaysia. Aco remembers that. We were playing a
waiting
tournament
to see where are you going.
yeah, it was an outdoor field, and we had a game with a very good team. The team name was SDK from Australia.
Oh, okay,
A bunch
yeah.
of very nice guys, and we're close friends with them. We always play each other. So it was a game, and we were not having a very everything was out there. You know, in Asian tournaments, like 20 teams come over, and 12 of them play in 20 teams play in D1, and at least 8 of them are over there to get the championship. So when it gets up and up, everything gets harder and harder. So we were in a game to get into the final game, and the score was 3-4 for us. We were no, I don't remember, 3-2 something. We were one score ahead of them, and the time was 10 seconds, 11 seconds. Akko was playing with me in the same bunker. It was a temple, and the field was filled with like 25 centimeters of sticky mud, stinky mud.
I remember it.
Our legs were just flooded with mud. And we had a player on the left side, we had a player on the right side, and these two players got shot out, and Akko got shot out too. We were two players playing one bunker, and I saw a referee running this way, and I imagined, okay, someone is coming. And someone was coming, and he didn't realize that I was behind the bunker too. They got Akko out, and they thought, okay, it's over, let's go and push the buzzer. And he just jumped to push the buzzer, and I turned like this and shot him. And then but the buzzer was hit, and it was before the time was over. But the time was like 0-0. Everything was over. So it was a very famous. There is a very famous in Asia, at least. He's the most famous referee. His Jabba, I don't know, the big English British guy. He's a very nice guy. So he was the head referee. He came over and he started to check it out. Okay, I got him on the back. He saw the shot. They called him out, and they were going to restart the game. And I said, okay, look into the timetable. It's over. So they cut the game out, and I came out and I said, okay, no one understood. No one realized what happened. And I thought that I'm the only one who understood what in reality has happened over there.
Yeah.
There was a picture from this very moment. Scary Mary, she's an Australian photographer. There was a photograph from the momentum, and this photograph is on my Facebook. And that photograph is like this. Akko is staying like this, and he's wondering what has happened. The other player,
you couldn't see my
like,
mouth. I was like
yeah,
shocked.
I am like this, and the barrel is this distance from the STK player's back, and the guy 2 feet or like 20 centimeter over the ground. He's stretching himself to press the buzzer. I really didn't believe that someone has got this momentum on a photograph, but it was there.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Even 2-3 days back, I went through my Facebook pictures and I looked into that again.
That's why paintball's great, dude. That like none of us are getting rich playing this sport, but dude, like some of the pictures are make it so worth it, dude. For those moments in time, so worth it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So another question is,
And these guys won the next World Cup Asia as well. I mean, 2010 and 2011. They were back-to-back World Cup Asia champions.
5 times.
Yeah.
5 times. 2006,
Yeah, 5 I
2007.
mean, total.
Total 5 times. 2006, 7, 10, and 9 and 10. And the last one was 2016, something like that.
Yeah, whenever we played, we were in the podium, and 5 times in total. And two times in a row. 2006, 2007, 2010,
Back-to-back.
2011.
9 and 10. 10 or 11 or 9 or 10, yeah.
10,
That's
11.
crazy.
10, 11.
10, 11.
Like
We were always in the podium.
Yeah, dynasties like style run like you're saying, it's so difficult to play in your country and stuff like that. So how hard was it to keep the team focused? Like to be champions is tough, man. It's not easy. It takes a lot of sacrifice from player, like not only your financial sacrifice, but time from loved ones and this, that, and the other thing. So like, what were some of maybe give me like a low point maybe in Datis? Like, it's really easy. Like you said, 2 times you guys were back-to-back champs, overall 5 times champs. What were parts maybe where it wasn't so easy? Were there parts where maybe it got a little difficult and you guys had to pull yourselves up and dig yourselves out?
I have no comment. I leave it all for you, Babak.
That's a comment, man. He's like, no, never. I've been the best since day one.
It was hard. But we practiced a lot. I tell you, we practiced a lot. Back then we practiced at least 3 times a week, constantly. Every week of the year we used to play. It was raining, we were practicing. It was snowing, we were practicing. It was cold, we were practicing. It was hot, we were practicing. Practicing was the main thing that made us, because we were far away from pro players. The very first time we played a pro player, we even didn't know how to keep the marker. We didn't know how to aim. We didn't know how to dive, how to slide. So all of them, we had to go to internet to check YouTube and find out something and look into their movements and things like that. So I can tell you, even nowadays it's like that. Back then you were able to see that this player was being trained by Datis or not. The way he kept the marker, the way he hold the marker, it was Datis style. It was famous in Iran. It was Datis style. Okay, so it was very hard, but that's something when you want to succeed, you have to do in everything. You have to practice. You have to do it a lot. So we practiced a lot. I can't tell you we were, clever. We were, very good. We had big IQs or big talents. No, we were normal. But we practiced a lot. Something that others didn't do it.
No, that's like you were saying. You played when it was hot, when it was cold. Like, when it's beautiful and it's easy and stuff, yeah, it's easy to go to practice. But when it's raining and stuff and it's a little difficult, that's when you find out who's really about it and who's not,
Yeah, and we were not just playing paintball, we were practicing. We were players that we started to play to hold the gun, to shoot with both hands. We were just like, we really wanted to be pro. We really wanted to be at that level to compete and win the tournament. So
you really wanted to be better players.
Yeah, we were going to the field like 3 times a week. It wasn't easy. Just Babak explained, we had to fill those tanks. We kept and carry them, walk like 40 minutes, go to the mountains. It was like crazy. And we were going there, we were just snap shooting, run and shooting. So it wasn't just go there and have fun, just play paintball. No, not at all. And that was the key, to practice 3 times, 4 times, sometimes. Like, it was like a camp. We had like every day playing paintball when it was like 3 weeks before the tournament, and we were playing every day, and it wasn't easy. Just imagine money wise, time, everything. And then we had to fly from a country to
And I
another
remember,
countries and Asia, like it was in
I remember
Philippines,
that
Thailand, Malaysia.
we had some like 10 packs of reballs. If you remember what reballs are, we had 10 packs of 5,000 reballs we had an indoor field. We used to play with them, and we get 20 minutes of break. We gathered all of them all around, just spread all over the field, and we washed them, and we dried them with a hair dryer, and we reused them again. So if you look into it, it was and hard work, like everything else in life. Hard work pays off.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, we'll definitely dig back more into Datis' tournament thing, but maybe even Nima can chime in on this one too. What is like the scenario scene like in Iran? Like, is the tournament scene what dominates, or like there's well, we call it scenario. I don't know what you guys refer, but like the military simulation games are, where there's like large numbers of players. Is that like popular where you guys are, or not so much?
Yeah, tournament paintball was the only type of paintball we had in the past years. As far as I know, I'm not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe these guys have these guys might know much better than me. But as far as I know, tournament paintball is the most popular type of paintball. But the last tournament we had in Iran was 3 years ago. So yeah, that's all I know.
Wow, that's a little crazy to me, just because like I know, like, you guys probably see us into the tournament scene is so big, but like our scenario scene is like out of control. Like,
yeah,
random
ICPL,
games will
ICC.
have like
100,
1,000 players, dude.
hundreds of players.
Yeah, so
No,
I was
we don't
curious,
have that. We don't have that in Iran.
and that's
No, we don't
amazing to
have
me,
the
'cause
facilities.
I would feel like you guys would, though. I just feel like there would. I feel like a field in Iran would just be so fucking sweet. I feel like it could be so fucking sweet.
But
But
let
then
me
again,
let me
but
ask something about it, because I've never had the chance to ask,
ask
this
away,
type
my
of
friend.
question. But who was your favorite player of all time, Babak? Yeah.
me, myself,
Yeah.
Yep.
I loved Oliver Lang too when I watched him play. He was a game changer. He was able to manage the team. Some players are
Right.
skillful, but Oliver was over having skills. He was able to get the team together. He was able to put incentives into a team and get it back to the game. So I always loved to watch him play.
He was a leader for sure.
Right.
He was a leader. Yeah, he was a leader. Exactly. So the
Yep.
point I loved about him was like this. He was skillful. He was very skillful. But meanwhile, he was the guy who was able to lead. And that's higher than having skills, I believe.
No, for sure. Well, perfect. I like that question, Nima.
Right.
So I'm going to flip it back toward you because I don't know you guys at all. So, Nima, who's your favorite player of all time?
Well, all time, I would say Konstantin Fedorov. But
Fedorov, dude,
currently, my
because the
favorite
G.
player is, yeah, sure. Or Malloy also, definitely. I mean, he's the best player right now, in my opinion. And also, the other Russian Legion player you might be familiar with, Pavel Karzaliev. He's an amazing player.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure.
He's just great. Yeah.
Dude, they rushed us.
What
They
about
put in
you,
so much
Aco?
work.
You know my answer for sure. It's Oliver Lang for me as well. We,
All right.
he,
Well, these
he,
guys
he,
were Dynasty fans. These guys
yeah.
always has been Dynasty fans.
Dude, they're a great team, man. I mean, the Dragon
Right.
15. I mean, Jesus,
Sure.
how can you not be a Dynasty fan? I mean, and they just won World Cup, man. I mean, God.
Yeah, it was just a couple of months ago, 2 months ago, they won the World Cup.
Yeah.
No, exactly. So normally I would ask you guys what you're going to be doing in the upcoming season, but I know, like, you don't really. Yeah, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. So I mean, normally I would say, well, if it was a normal season, but we already know it's not. But so, like, are you guys going to be doing anything special, I guess, to get ready for the first event?
As soon
Now,
as we have something confirmed, definitely. I mean, if I can fly back, because I was normally easily flying back to Iran, flying back and forth to Iran like 4 or 5 times a year, easy,
Mhm.
minimum. But my last trip was last October, almost 14 months ago. So we have nothing confirmed so far. And as soon as we have something, I definitely fly back there. And I know Babak is also going. Babak is for him is much easier. He's in Dubai, so for him it's 1 hour flight.
Mhm.
But we get together and we play and start to practice. But right now the team is those players that we have. They are in Tehran. They are playing if they can. Because of COVID, but if they can, they play weekly. Every weekend they play, and they have their training. But as soon as we can join, we join and we do it together, and we will see what we can do. Definitely, I mean, as we had it planned before last year, we supposed to. I mean, last year, which is we still in 2 days. We're gonna in 2 3 days we're gonna finish this horrible year, but we had a plan, but like, yeah, we wanted to play NXL Asia
Mhm.
this year, which we couldn't. And I know that if we can get the visa, we can handle the visa situation for all the players. We would play European games as well, because not all the players can right now easily fly to Europe because of the visa and everything. So, but Asia, NXL Asia for sure, we're gonna play. But I'm not seeing any local even so far in Iran. It's dead. I mean, paintball is dead. Not, I mean, money wise, COVID, and also the people that they are handling, they're controlling, they are helping. Let's say helping
Yeah.
paintball. They are not really helping,
Yeah.
and they are just killing it in a bad way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. So I don't see any paintball anytime soon in Iran. But
Such a shame.
let's see what we can do. Let's see when this COVID will leave us. If the
Yeah,
new
right.
new version of COVID is not coming, it's like the iPhone OS. We will see the new COVID coming. Like every month we have a new update. That this is the new
Yeah.
generation. This is the new COVID.
Yeah. Did you
Let's
get the new
see.
COVID operating system? For
Yeah.
sure. That's too funny, dude. You're a riot. I only have a couple more questions. I know you guys are being super gracious with your time right now, but we've spent a lot of time talking about Datis. I know, Nima, you're not a part of Datis, so tell us a little about maybe the teams you've played for, and let's focus on you a little bit, and maybe like what you've done in the last coming seasons.
Well, obviously, these guys have much more stories to tell because they have been to so many tournaments
Bro, we're about giving
comparing
everybody
to me.
shine.
But
The champions and the noms
yeah,
alike. So, man, so what's your story, man? Who do you play for? Tell us your team name and everything.
well, I used to play for two teams in D1, Division 1 here called Give, and the other one was SWAT.
Mhm.
So our best finish in Iran National Paintball League was third place, and we played against the second team of Datis in consolation match. I remember. It was a great memories back then. And other than that, I wasn't able to make it to any international events.
Mhm.
So, yep. That's pretty much the story. And the last tournament I played, it was 9 years ago
Oh, wow.
against Aco team. Yeah, and we beat him. I'm pretty sure he won't remember the game.
The team that I was coaching, I think, yeah, or I was playing also
No,
in the
no,
team.
you were on the team called Hype at the time.
Yeah, no,
Nima's
we
like, do
played
not
the
take this moment
final.
from
Yeah,
me. I know I beat you.
Really?
yeah, yeah. That was the only time I beat him, and it was in
No, but you didn't
prelims.
shoot me. You didn't.
That was a great memory.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that was a great memory. Well, we didn't qualify, so it didn't,
The only one
didn't
who had a
matter.
chance to
Yeah.
shoot me like in 3 4 finals is Babak from behind. I can tell you. in here, he shot me like 3-4 times in the final games from back, and I did it once.
Yeah, that final match
I did it
was
also once.
amazing.
No, cool. No, thank you. And I gotta have a question because our YouTubers are probably gonna blow up the comments. Whose jersey? Who's on the back of the USA jersey? I gotta know.
What?
Oh,
the
you're
name
talking
on
about
The
this
name on the
jersey?
back of the jersey. Yeah, you're in the Team USA jersey. Whose name is on the back?
Twen-
Yeah, actually, my name is on the back.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, show
Oh,
it,
that's
Nima.
Yeah, turn around. Let's see the back, dude. Come on.
Well,
Come on, the YouTube fans. So they want to check it out. Nice, dude. It looks good.
But you're showing your room.
yeah, this was actually a gift
You're lucky.
from Gary Baum. I hope you could see.
Oh, it's a gift from Gary Baum. Oh, that's
we were
sweet.
supposed to have Gary Baum on the show, but last minute he just had some unexpected family event, so he couldn't. Hopefully next time we'll have.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
we're not going anywhere. We'll definitely have him on the next show. Okay, and again, you guys are being so gracious with your
Sure.
time. I just have one more question for the Datis guys is for our we have a lot of younger listeners who are just getting into the tournament scene and trying to get better. So if there was a normal event about to happen, what's like your normal practice routine? Do you guys find another team to scrimmage against? Do you guys like just battle it out with your A and B team? How would like a normal Datis practice go leading up to an event?
Actually, at the moment, Parham, he's one of the most talented guys in Iran. He's a forward player. He's a very good forward player. He is just handling the team along with Reza. They are in Tehran and they're handling the team. And I see on that WhatsApp group they have for the team that they had a practice yesterday, even though it was snowing, and they wrote something: if someone is going there and the snow is heavy, let us know that we stop the practice. But I mean, it was snowing. They were going to have the practice. Actually, I tell you that the problem is money at the moment in Iran. So if we can handle a sponsor for the paint, if the situation goes better, it's very hard to fly. I have done 36 PCR tests since the start of Corona.
Jesus,
I don't know if you guys have done once or not. This is 36 times putting in a stick 20 centimeter into your nostrils. So it's very hard to go back and forth. It's not. Yeah, it is. The last time the lady did it, I told her that I am feeling the taste out of my nose. it was reaching my mouth, and I told her that, okay, I'm tasting your cotton bud. And this is hard. I don't know when we're going to go back to normal, if we are going to go back to normal ever. So it depends. You don't know if it is going to be locked down or not. 5 days ago, I was supposed to drive to Oman because of my business. And then the day I was going to go, they announced that the borders are closed. This is the new world. So you know what happens. We are trying to practice whenever we can. And I can say that youngsters, they do have to practice in this situation. You have to practice whenever you can. If you can play today, okay, let's go and play. You don't have to look into having to schedule a very neat and nice timetable. You have to practice whenever you can. So if we are going to get into a tournament, then again, we're going to have at least 2 to 3 paintball practice sections per week. And I can tell you, I am dying to go into a tournament. I'm waiting for that to go into a tournament. And as Aco said, being Iranian is not easy. You guys have American passports. You can go everywhere without a visa. We are able to do that. If you want to go to Europe, we can certainly say that we are not able to get the visa. So we're not able to fly freely to everywhere to play. That's why we go to Asian Games. We are an Asian country and we have to play Asia, our region. But if we had the chance, we were able to go to Europe. We were able to manage it money-wise too. Even now, we are able to get sponsors and go there. We are not able to get the visa. So that's the problem. So if any tournament starts, I think we will, myself, I'm going to kick back into just getting to the weight and the shape and going back to the playing field and feel that 10 seconds thing that you mentioned at the start of the
Dude, it's my
podcast.
favorite. It's my favorite. That's when my heart starts racing.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah, everyone gets
Yeah,
like their juices at their own time. Like I see dudes that get like really hyped like in the pits before they walk on the field. Like, nah, man, when I hear that 10 seconds, that's when my heart starts pounding. That's when I really feel it.
Yeah, and I have to add something about Nima. Nima might have not played a lot of tournaments during the time he's just doing paintball, but he is one of the talented guys I have ever seen. And if I can tell you, if he was living in Tehran, he was able to play Datis. I'm pretty sure about that. But he's not living in Tehran. He's 1,000 something kilometers away from Tehran. But I can tell you, he is one of the influential guys in paintball in Iran because he's doing a lot of internet things. He's very he has got a lot of information. Even about my team, he has got more information than me myself. And he's reliable. When he says something, you know that he knows that. So he is one of the guys who has the talent in paintball. And I hope, I don't know, he's still so young, at least compared to me. So he has a lot of years ahead of him. And I hope this stupid COVID thing leaves us and we would be able to get back to the fields and play whatever we want.
I really appreciate the words, Babak.
Oh, that's true.
I can tell you're not a man of many words, but I can tell you're a little more influential. That's why I definitely want to give the opportunity to speak, man. And again, I just want to thank you guys for being so generous with your time. I know it's early where you guys are. So the last thing I want to let you guys do is plug all the sponsors, any person that's helped you get to where you are, any company, give them a shout out now as we send it off.
Let me start. I'm sorry, Aco. I always say we used to call Let's as Daddy Let's, and because he sponsored us for a very long time. And once I told him that you are our Daddy Let's, and I really like to thank Eclipse because they have supported us all through the years. They have supported us, and of course, Aco has supported the team through 141. That's the paint company in Europe, and they had style supply. Now they're not our sponsor, but they used to sponsor us. And our new jerseys come from
Antrax.
I don't remember the name. Antrax, and they have supported us too. But mainly, the one name I want to name is Planet Eclipse, and thanks specifically to us.
All right, cool.
If I want to talk about our sponsors, definitely Planet Eclipse, Virtue Paintball. They are with us for many years right now. Planet Eclipse since I cannot say day one because for the first 2-3 years we were shooting dye guns, and then from 2007, just imagine it's 13 years that we are with Planet Eclipse every single year, and there are. As Babak said, Les is really, really nice guy and been nice to us. Then Virtue Paintball right now, Antrax for our jerseys, Bunker King actually, but Virtue and Bunker King, they are like brother and sister. And what else? Yeah, and we have to thank Babak as well because he's helping the team during this really tough time. He's our main sponsor right now, actually, which is not the paintball company, but as Babak, he's helping the team a lot. I'm gonna say thank you to Babak definitely for that, for all the help, and
and that's it. All right, cool, Nima. Now your turn. If you want to thank anybody who's like maybe helped you get to where you are in paintball, or any company that's kind of sponsored you for a long time that you want to shout out, like definitely now is the time, my dude.
Well, I'm not on a team currently, but I just want to appreciate Babak and Aco for taking their time. I know they're busy in their personal lives, and to be on this show was amazing. I haven't met these guys probably for 9 years, so it was great to be here with these guys. And also thanks to you guys for doing this show on Iran Paintball. This was great.
Dude, no, thank you for coming on. Like, dude, again, I'm always so grateful for the people that take time out to come on the show. I know that, like I said, you guys are busy. You guys have lives too. So the fact that you took this hour to come speak to me really means the world to me. and hopefully to our listeners too. So with all that being said, I want to thank all of you for joining us on this episode. I want to thank all the guys in the room for coming on the show again so many times. Real quick, I should have done this in the beginning. I always forget, but we've been talking about DMs and stuff like that. But we are doing a giveaway at 500 YouTube subscribers. So we're in I think the 270s right now. So you guys got to start subbing. But you could win this gun right here. This gun right here is a DM14. It is a pretty gun. So yeah, and Nima, all your guys in the area, tell them to subscribe, man. I'm giving away to a random winner.
Sure.
This was my gun. It personally shoots amazing, and I was trying to figure out what to do with it, and I said, I'm going to give it away to a fan, dude. So tell your friends to subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend program, grassroots growth on this. So if you like what you're listening to, go to your friend and say, hey, check these guys out. They're awesome. Again, thanks Nima, Acho, and Babak for coming on the show. And we'll catch all you on the next episode, guys. Take it easy.